I'm going to try to explain this really quick. I'm back here editing the footage from going to BC on this biking trip where I did a lot of biking on the trip. That was kind of a big purpose of it. Anyway, frick off. Oh, give her. So in Sparwood, just linked a couple trails together. First one was supposed to be blue, then green, then blue again. I feel like that first one should have been green, the second one should have been white, and the last one was probably a blue. The last one was the most fun, definitely. But yeah, not knowing where I'm going doesn't help. Kind of ruins the flow of the trail. I didn't want to get too off course, and there's a lot of forks, so I had to check trail forks often. But yeah, the last one was hella fun. Almost biffed her a couple times. I blinked once at the wrong time and went off track. Whew. It's windy out here, but like in the trees, obviously it's not. Like it just, I don't get any of that wind. I don't get that much sun either, but I don't know. Never ridden anywhere in BC before. This is barely over the Alberta BC border, but this counts. And it's beautiful, and it's so different too from riding dirt. I'm used to riding dry dirt single tracks, and this like loam stuff is, I don't know, it's interesting. You know, maybe play with my air pressure a little more. I'm talking too much. More highlights coming up. Scary trail indeed. Holy smokes. I'm kind of cheesed. Those trails were closed. I did all that climbing for nothing really, because I couldn't come down the trail. That was sick. Now I don't know where I am. Just trying to ride and have fun without looking at where I'm going. See where I end up. Just doing a lot more climbing again. I just hope there's a payoff. Oh my goodness. Everywhere I go, I can't go. as I was saying, went to Sparwood, went to Fernie. I'm going to try to explain this really quick because I didn't do a good enough job explaining it as it was happening. Sparwood, it was going to be a short visit. Like, I had a little trail system picked out that I would go in a circle on 3 different trails. One of the things that I wasn't used to was just the fact that, like, because I couldn't just go off exploring. Like, when I'm in Lethbridge and I'm exploring a new trail, they fork off in different ways a lot of the times. They're still pretty easy to follow, but sometimes it's like, oh, if I go this way or go that way, whatever, I'll just try one, and I'll end up somewhere, and then I know where I am, and I'll just ride home, and the next time I'll try another path and see where that goes. No big deal. I don't have to stop, get off my bike, look at trail forks, especially because there's some trails here that aren't on trail forks. Anyway, I was using Trail Forks, the app, to look at these trails and mapping them out. So every once in a while, when I saw there was a huge turn in the path, I had to stop and be like, am I going the right way? Because I want to connect to this other trail that connects to this other trail that will lead me in a circle back to the vehicle. So that was kind of disruptive. Couldn't really do anything about that. That was just the nature of riding somewhere new without a lot of time to go exploring. So anyway, I did a lot of climbing, and then there was, you know, in Sparwood, like, it was a fun trail on the way back. It wasn't bad. Like, I would actually do that loop again. But, yeah. Anyway, beautiful scenery. Still beautiful. Good ride, whatever. Went to Fernie, and then, you know, I'd asked a good friend, I was like, hey, like, you know, what can you give me some pointers, because you've ridden in Fernie before. He told me he did a race or 2 there before, so he gave me some trails to look at, and I was like, hey, sick. So I was like, oh, this is actually pretty close to the city, like, or the town, and I can just, like, whatever, I don't need to go that far out, and whatever, I can just ride from there, and it was good. So as I showed in the video, like, I fast forward. It was still like a whole minute of footage of doing switchbacks on the way up, but I wanted to show that because I'm like, oh my goodness, like, climb. So anyway, I took his advice and did this little, mapped out this little loop I was gonna do. I was climbing, and then I got to this one spot, and I didn't show the sign, and I didn't stop and talk about it, but, like, it was closed. I just couldn't do anything. There was nowhere I could go except pretty much the way that I just came. So I was like, are you kidding me? I did all this climbing, like, ridiculous amount of climbing, and then I couldn't get the payoff, which was, like, again, there was 3 trails that were going to lead me back to where I started. I only got halfway, or maybe like 75% of the way on the second one, and that's kind of where I think it crested, and it was about to start going more flat and then downhill, and Sidewinder was this one that I was going to go down, and it looked sick, but I don't know, because I didn't get a chance to ride it. So anyway, I was just like cheesed off about that. I rode something else. I just told myself, you know what, I'm just going to try to ride for a bit. I'm going to see where I end up. I'm not going to look at my phone for a little while. And I found like a cool little trail that was scary, and it was called Scary Trail. It was really short, but yeah, some little risk involved there. I found a beautiful spot I took some pictures of. And then I went and I was like, hey, I looked on Trail Forks. There was this trail way over there on this town loop. I was going to, like, link up there. So I went and rode over there, did a whole bunch of climbing again. And then I explained it a little bit, and I stopped, and I was like, man, I've been climbing so much. I hope there's a payoff here. I'm still trying to enjoy the ride, so that's why I didn't want to stop and talk about it. And then I got to where this one trail was supposed to be. And then I realized when I look at Trail Forks, this is actually the same area where Sidewinder was going to end up on the way down. And there's a sign, and it's closed. Closed again. Can't go. So I was just like, man, and I ran out of time. That's basically what happened. I ran out of time. I took some great pictures. I definitely got a workout. I was challenged by the climb, and, you know, there's time constraints. I need to do more research next time. Maybe I also need to give myself more time and just whatever. But I'm looking forward to going back sometime, because it's a whole different thing there with the soil, trees. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, but there's a whole different type of riding, and that's what I want to do with some downhill. I wanted to shred. That's what I wanted to do. And I didn't get much of an opportunity to do that because of everything being closed and not having enough time to keep going and exploring. So I'm looking forward to going back. Just mixed feelings about it, because it was beautiful and gorgeous, and I love riding my bike, but it was also really like, oh my goodness, just let me ride.